Hey guys, YouTube 100 here. Now, here's my review of the 2004 Royal Rumble. Yeah, so really, this show was actually pretty disappointing. Yeah, I mean, just, yeah, there's really no other way to sum it up. This was a pretty big disappointment. Yeah, aside from the Royal Rumble match, everything on this show really is not that great. I mean, World Heavyweight title match, it's good, but it's not great. Yeah, and everything else really, it was just really not good at all. And it was too short. Seriously. Everything else on the show, like the first 4 matches on the show, they're just too short. They're all under 10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, overall, show pretty disappointing, but I think it's still an overall good show. So yeah, it's mostly due to the Royal Rumble match. Yeah. So yeah, let me just get right into it. Show started off with a tables match for the World Tag Team Championship. Ric Flair and Batista defending against the Dudley Boyz. This really wasn't good at all, really. I mean, yeah, the only good thing about the match was before it even started officially, Bubba was on one side of the ring, and he got the table off, and then he slipped across the ring into Batista's chest. Yeah, that was the only thing about the match. And yeah, it just kind of went back and forth. There was just one use of the table, like Ric Flair and Bubba were fighting with the turnbuckle in one of the corners of the ring, and they were trying to put each other through it. And then at the end, they were setting up Ric Flair for a 3D through a table, but then Coach came down to the ring, and yeah, the Dudley Boyz attacked him, and then Batista recovered, and yeah, he just gave Devon a spinebuster through a table, and Ric Flair and Batista retained. So yeah, it's not really very good. A star and a half. Yeah. Then next up was the Cruiserweight Championship match. Rey Mysterio defending against Jamie Noble. And then, yeah, obviously Nunzio was in Jamie Noble's corner, and this was when she was blind. And yeah, and this really was not very good either. I mean, it was just kind of typical Cruiserweight action. Yeah. And yeah, kind of high-flying moves and stuff. Yeah, and then at the end, Jamie Noble was running towards the ropes, and then Nunzio tripped him. She thought it was Rey Mysterio, and then allowed Rey Mysterio to get the 619 and pin Jamie Noble for the win. Yeah, so yeah, that wasn't really good either. A star and 3/4. Then next up was Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo Guerrero. This was alright, I guess. This was probably the third best match of the night. Yeah, yeah, and Chavo Senior was in Chavo's corner in this match. Yeah. This really wasn't anything what really was expected. I mean, this was kind of supposed to be Eddie Guerrero getting some revenge on Chavo for turning on him and all, even bringing his father into it and Eddie's brother. Yeah. And it was just kind of back and forth between the two. Chavo really didn't get beat up enough during the actual match. Yeah, he got that after the match, but yeah. At one point, when Eddie was thrown over the top rope or something, and as Chavo had the referee distracted, Chavo Senior attacked Eddie. Yeah, and then Chavo then did the Three Amigos to Eddie, and then Eddie did the Three Amigos back to Chavo, and then got a frog splash on Chavo for the win. I mean, the match was only 8.5 minutes. Yeah. And then afterwards, Eddie then attacked both Chavo and Chavo Sr., and then he tied Chavo Sr.'s tie to the rope, and then he really assaulted Chavo and busted him open. So, yeah, I give that about 2.5 stars. And then next up was the WWE Championship match, Brock Lesnar defending against Hardcore Holly. This really was not good. Seriously, it was way too short, only like 6.5 minutes. I mean, yeah, the whole concept of this rivalry was for Hardcore Holly to try to get revenge on Brock Lesnar for breaking his neck in 2002. But really, Brock Lesnar breaking Hardcore Holly's neck, that was actually really Hardcore Holly's fault. Because, yeah, when Brock Lesnar connected with that powerbomb that broke Hardcore Holly's neck, it was actually Hardcore Holly actually put his head a little bit too back, so yeah, that was really Hardcore Holly's fault, not Brock Lesnar's. But yeah, Lesnar had 2 long-ass, like, sleeper holds on Hardcore Holly in the match, yeah. And then Hardcore Holly connected with the Alabama Slam, and then he went for full Nelson a couple of times trying to break Brock Lesnar's neck. And then the second time, it was like over the ropes, and then Brock Lesnar snapped Hardcore Holly's neck back. Like, and as Hardcore Holly tried to go for it again, Lesnar then connected with the F5 and pinned him. Yeah, really short match, really not that great. 1.5 stars. And then next up was the last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Triple H defending against Shawn Michaels. Like I said, this was a good match, yeah, but overall, this really isn't one of Triple H and Shawn Michaels' best matches. Really, it's not. Yeah, their 2004 matches, this match and then the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood, really, weren't as good as, like, their matches in 2002, like their Street Fight at SummerSlam and their 3 Stages of Hell match at Armageddon. Yeah. And even their match in late 2003 on Raw. Yeah. So those matches weren't as good as those matches, but it's still, this was a good match, just not a great match, yeah. There was some back and forth between them early on. And then both announce tables were taking apart, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels were on one. Shawn Michaels was punching Triple H, and Triple H was kind of like teetering, like he was going to fall back on the other one. But then Triple H just went to the floor. Yeah. And then at one point Shawn Michaels was going to give Triple H a moonsault on the floor from the ring apron. But Triple H moved out of the way and Shawn Michaels went through an announce table, and Shawn Michaels got busted open. Yeah, and then Triple H was in control for a little while. He was just continuing to beat down Shawn Michaels. And he hit Shawn Michaels in the back with a chair. Yeah. And as Triple H, I think, was going to go for it again, Shawn Michaels then made a comeback. Yeah. And then he eventually busted Triple H open. Yeah. Yeah, and he connected with the flying elbow drop, and then he was going to go for the sweet chin music, but Triple H gave Shawn Michaels a low blow. And then at one point, as Triple H was going to give Shawn Michaels a suplex from the turnbuckle, Shawn Michaels countered and fell on top of Triple H. Yeah. Yeah, and then Triple H gave Shawn Michaels a DDT. Then they both teared to get up, and then at the end, Shawn Michaels gave Triple H a sweet chin music, but they both then fell down. No, because they both were just bleeding. like heaps of blood at this point, yeah, and then, you know, neither one of them could answer the 10 count. So yeah, the match ended in a draw, but Triple H still retained the World Heavyweight title. So yeah, good, just not great. Not one of their best matches against each other. 3.5 stars. And then before the Royal Rumble officially started, there was a little confrontation with Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman, and Stone Cold. Eric Bischoff came out was starting to just talk some nonsense about a Raw superstar winning and being a better general manager than Paul Heyman. Then Paul Heyman came out, and then the two of them were starting to go at it. Then Stone Cold came out, and then he gave Bischoff the stunner. Then he started to celebrate the beer with Heyman, but then he gave Heyman the stunner. Okay. Then the Royal Rumble officially got underway with number 1 entrant Chris Benoit and number 2 Randy Orton. And the two of them started this match, and this was actually a really good to great Royal Rumble, I could possibly say this was great, I mean, this was just a really great Royal Rumble right here, Chris Benoit and Randy Orton started out, they both lasted together a long time, and then, Mark Henry entered number 3, and then, he was going after both Benoit and Orton. And then, Tajiri also entered the match, And then when Bradshaw came down, he was giving clothesline from Hell's to both Tajiri and Randy Orton and Mark Henry, But then when he tried to go do it on Benoit countered into a crossface, and then Bradshaw was trying to get back up to his feet and try to eliminate Benoit, but Benoit was able to hold on and eliminate Bradshaw. And then the next entrant was Rhyno. And as Rhyno came down, as he went out with Chris Benoit, Tajiri spit mist in Mark Henry's face, but I don't think a lot of people really noticed, I don't think people actually really noticed until they played it back on the replay. And then, Tajiri tried to go for a tarantula on Mark Henry, and it would have been a really big tarantula. And then, then Rhyno was trying to go for a gore on Chris Benoit, but Benoit moved out of the way. And Rhyno gave the gore to Mark Henry, and then, Tajiri just fell out of the ring and got eliminated, And then Benoit eliminated Mark Henry after two clotheslines, Then Matt Hardy came out. So Matt Hardy entered, and then Scott Steiner entered, And then Matt Morgan entered. At one point, it looked like he was gonna eliminate Matt Hardy, but Matt Hardy held on. He just threw Matt Hardy out, but Matt Hardy held on to the rope. Next up was the Hurricane. And Taz tried to enter, but the Hurricane was flying when he entered the match. He dove from the top turnbuckle onto Matt Hardy. The Hurricane was flying. Then the Hurricane tried to go after Matt Morgan, and then he jumped at Matt Morgan, but Matt Morgan caught him and then eliminated the Hurricane. And then Booker T entered the match, and he was going at Scott Steiner. And then the next entrant was Kane, and as Kane was walking into the ring, Booker T eliminated Scott Steiner. And then, Kane was beating everyone up, he was giving everyone chokeslams and stuff. And then, when the next entrance clock went off, the Undertaker's gong actually came on. This was the time when the Undertaker was missing since being buried alive at Survivor Series, Then that distracted Kane, and then Booker T then eliminated Kane. Then the actual number 13, the actual entrant, Spike Dudley, came out, but Kane took out Spike Dudley and chokeslammed him on the rampway, and Spike Dudley couldn't compete in the Royal Rumble, Then the next entrant was Rikishi. He came out, and then at one point he gave Matt Morgan the stink face. And then the next entrant was Rene Dupree, and he was able to eliminate Matt Hardy. And then as he was celebrating that, doing his dance, whatever, Rikishi, when he turned around, Rikishi was there, and he gave Rene Dupree a super kick. Rene Dupree was then just, he just flew out of the ring. And then next up was A-Train, and then Benoit was able to eliminate Matt Morgan, and Rhyno. I forgot to say, Rhyno got eliminated by Benoit. Yeah. And then both Rikishi and Booker T got eliminated by Randy Orton. And then the next entrant was Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, just as he came into the ring, A-Train got eliminated by Benoit. And then Shelton Benjamin missed a kick on Orton, and he got hung over the rope, and then Orton eliminated him. And then it was back down to Orton and Benoit, and they started to go at it, and then they both, I think their heads clashed together and they both went down. Then the next entrant was Ernest the Cat Miller. Yeah, he just came to the ring, he was dancing with Lamont. It was just dancing for basically like a minute. And yeah, and then Benoit and Orton eliminated both Lamont, who I don't think was actually officially in the match. Yeah, and then they eliminated the Cat also. Yeah. Then next up was Kurt Angle. Yeah, and then the three of them started going at it, and then Rico came down. He was actually fighting with Orton, but then Orton gave Rico an RKO and eliminated him. And then the next entrant was supposed to be Test, but he got taken out by Mick Foley. And then Mick Foley took his place in the match, and yeah, he went at it with Orton. This was the time when Orton and Foley were feuding. Yeah, and Foley went after Orton, and then he eliminated both Orton and himself. Yeah. And then they started just to brawl around the ring for a few more minutes. And then next entrant was Christian. And then as Orton and Foley were fighting up the aisleway, Foley was setting up Mr. Sacco. And then the next entrant, Nunzio, came out, and Foley just gave Nunzio the man up the claw, yeah. But then Orton gave Foley a low blow, and he was able to get out of there, yeah. And then for the next few entrants, Nunzio was just like sitting at ringside, just watching the match. He didn't get in the ring, yeah. Then the Big Show came out. Yeah, and then Chris Jericho entered, yeah. And then Charlie Haas then entered, and then Jericho eventually eliminated Christian, yeah. And then Billy Gunn entered. Billy Gunn returned since, yeah, he was out for a few months before this, yeah. And then John Cena then entered, and then that's when Nunzio finally got in, when John Cena brought him into the ring. Again, John Cena was going out with the Big Show, yeah. Yeah. And then, RVD then entered at number 29. And then number 30 was Goldberg, and then Goldberg eliminated Charlie Haas, Billy Gunn, and Nunzio. And as he was setting up Big Show for the jackhammer, Brock Lesnar came out and attacked Goldberg and gave him the F5. And as Goldberg was getting back up, he was staring down Brock Lesnar, and then Kurt Angle popped up from behind and eliminated Goldberg, yeah. And then after that, everyone else that was left in the match. Benoit, Cena, Jericho, RVD, and Kurt Angle, they were all just basically trying to team up on Big Show to eliminate him. Yeah. They all gave Big Show their finishing maneuvers. Jericho got the Lion Salt, RVD got the 5-star Frog Splash, Cena got the 5-knuckle shuffle, and Benoit got the headbutt. Yeah. And as they were trying to hoist Big Show over, Big Show fought them all off, and Big Show threw John Cena out, but John Cena, when he hit the floor, his leg, bent over to the side, and, Cena hurt his knee. And as RVD was trying to go for a monkey flip on Big Show then just threw RVD over and eliminated him. Yeah. And then Jericho put Big Show on the walls of Jericho, and Big Show tapped out. And then Jericho and Angle were going at it, and then Big Show just chokeslammed Jericho right out of the ring, hoping the ropes eliminated him. And then all three, Angle, Benoit, and Big Show, started going at it with each other. Angle gave both Big Show and Benoit the Angle Slam, and then he gave Big Show the ankle lock. Big Show tapped again, and then as he was grabbing the ropes, he then swung out of the ring and eliminated Kurt Angle. Yeah. Then it was down to Benoit and Big Show. Yeah. And then Benoit countered to choke him into a crossface, and Big Show tapped out again, and then he later was able to lift Benoit up and give him a sidewalk slam. Then at the end, and yeah, Big Show had Benoit over his head, and then Benoit countered into like a dragon sleeper position or something. Then when they got to the ropes, Benoit then hoisted Big Show over and eliminated him, and Benoit wins the Royal Rumble. Entry number 1. So yeah, really great Royal Rumble, 4 1/4. Overall, the show, I give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's mostly due to the Royal Rumble match. Yeah, everything else, like I said, was a major disappointment. But yeah, the Royal Rumble was still a great Royal Rumble. Yeah, I think that really what makes the show good, just not great. Alright, so yeah, that does it for my review of the 2004 Royal Rumble. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.